The clothes that you wear is the way that you communicate with the world without even saying a word. So it's very important to lock down your style and to make sure that you're always dressing like the man. But a lot of people think that dressing nice can be expensive, which is absolutely not true. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to dress like the man and get respect and look stylish without breaking the bank. So I'm going to show you guys all the clothing pieces you need, and stick around to the very end because I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what brands to shop from if you want to dress like this without breaking the bank. Let's get right into it. So first up, we must speak about the core principles, right? Number one is that your fit is king. If you're not in shape, then you could wear the best clothes in the world. You could wear the most expensive designer and you'll still look bad, right? There's tons of guys who wear these Louis Vuitton shirts, right? Their shirt is like $2,000. They got $3,000 jeans on, and yet they still look like shit because they're not in shape. You could put on a Armani suit and still look like shit if you're out of shape. So number one, make sure you dial in your physique before you even worry about really locking in your style. Number two, essentials come first. If you're just building up your wardrobe, make sure that you choose key versatile pieces in the store before you move on to more flashy and niche designs. So stick to essential colors first, for example. Black, white, cream, gray, navy. These are essential colors that you can stick with. And you need to make sure that you have pieces with this color palette before you worry about more flashy colors like red, for example, like green. I already have the essentials, so I can get a little more fancy with it, a little more flashy, and get the other colors. But essentials always come first because those are the ones that you can make the most outfits with. And the last core principle is presentation matters. Make sure your grooming, your posture, and your internal confidence about yourself are on point, or your outfit won't save you. Because the truth is, you could wear a really nice fit, you could even be in shape. But if your hair is looking crazy, if you're slouched over, you're looking down, your body language is off, and if you're just not internally confident in the man that you are, then it's still gonna rub people the wrong way. People won't respect you. Girls won't be attracted to that either. So here's just some examples of some nice fits that I'm gonna show you guys how to make. Things to avoid. Number one, baggy clothes. I know there's these new trends coming out. Everyone's going back to wearing baggy shirts, baggy pants, baggy jeans. Stay away from bagginess, right? There's a time and a place for things that are a little more loose, but 90% of your style, 90% of your wardrobe should be clothes that actually fit you well. If you're watching this video, if you got to this part, you're probably already in shape. So you need to make sure that you wear clothes that actually complement your physique, right? Do not be one of those guys that wears pump covers and you think that it's doing something. Wear clothes that fit you nice. Like I'm wearing this polo, it hugs my sleeves, you feel me? It hugs my shoulders. It's got that taper to it, right? It's not super baggy and it's not super tight. So stay away from the baggy clothes. Stay away from loud designs. What I mean by loud designs is like, don't wear a shirt that has like a huge logo on it like this. Like, even if it's designer, right? Even if it says Amiri, Gucci, whatever. And I used to do this all the time. I used to spend all of my money on designer clothing. And I used to think that that's gonna make me stylish. But really, it just made me look childish. And there's a lot of grown men that dress like this. Just because you got Louis Vuitton, just because you got some designer on, doesn't mean that you need to be like so upfront with it, because this just looks tacky and cheap. Don't be wearing shirts with like memes on it, right? Corny ass like t-shirts with like different meme lines on it. It's corny. You're a grown man, dress like one, present yourself like one, right? James Bond would not wear a meme shirt. He would not wear a shirt that just says Gucci on the front, or even like those big logos, like those big Nike logos, those big Comme des Garçons logos with the heart. Stay away from clothes like that, right? No loud designs, keep it minimalistic. Next up is try to avoid too many colors. Most people can't manage multiple different colors. That's why I said master the essentials first. But like, you don't want to look like a fucking rainbow, right? You don't want to be dressing like this, like, or like that. You're not a Pop Tart. You're not a Starburst. You're a man, okay? Dress like a man. You shouldn't be looking like a rainbow when you step out the house. Like, this may look nice for an Instagram photo if you're into the streetwear style, but that's not what I'm preaching on my page. So, last but certainly not least, don't base your style off of trends. So, there's a whole bunch of trends that constantly change, right? The baggy pants, the crop tops. We got men wearing crop tops. We got men with tote bags on their shoulders, sipping the matcha and the glasses. Your grandpa would faint if he saw this type of style on you. I'm not saying you gotta dress like your grandpa, but there's certain trends that are not trends. They're actually timeless pieces. Like a suit will never go out of style. Button shirt will never go out of style. A polo will never go out of style. Right? Some nice jeans and a t-shirt will never go out of style. I'm not saying you have to run around and wearing a suit everywhere you go, but you should wear clothes that make you look a bit more professional, a bit more well put together. And when you follow these trends, you start to look like every other guy, right? You might think that just a well fitted tee and jeans is basic, but how many people are really dressing like that nowadays? Not many. Most people are wearing like some extra stuff. They got the tote bag with a crop top and these baggy jeans. Stay away from the trends. Make your own style, but keep it timeless. So let's get into actual clothing that you should be buying. Starting off with the tops. Polos. You want to get a few nice polos that are well fitted, right? That hug your physique. This is me wearing a polo right here. It looks nice. It's basic, just a black polo, but it looks nice, right? You pair it with some jewelry, you pair it with some nice pants, and it's gonna be a nice fit. Polos are always respected. I'm wearing one right now. You can do a zip polo, you can do a button up, you can do like the open V-neck. Doesn't matter, right? Switch it up however you want. But get you some nice polos. These are gonna be essential. Get one in black, get one in white. And then once you have like the black, the white, the gray, you can move on to different colors as well. Next up is the minimalistic t-shirt. This one is a banger. If you have a nice physique, I'm telling you right now, all you really need is a nice fitting t-shirt. Sometimes I step out the house wearing just a plain black tee or a plain white tee and some sweats, and I get more compliments from both women and men, like talking about my physique just from the t-shirt because it fits me nice, right? It's not like a baggy t-shirt with my arms flapping in the wind. It's not super tight where it feels like I'm finna pop out of it, but it fits me nice. And I put this picture of Andrew Tate because Andrew's style is actually pretty interesting. It's pretty similar to mine. He doesn't go super extra like how Tristan does, if you know how they dress, but he keeps it more minimalistic, but his style, right, his fits still look good because he's in great shape. So he has like the minimalistic t-shirt and some looks like some Cheetos, some pants, but it looks good because he's in shape and it doesn't look like you're doing too much. So minimalistic t-shirts can never go wrong. Make sure you get a couple pairs, black, white, all the colors. Next up is in the summertime, you want to get a nice linen shirt, right? Linen is like this classic old money look and it looks well put together, right? Especially if you want a girl who is a little more, a little more higher class, a little more classy. A nice linen shirt is gonna make you look like a boss, right? Just make sure that once again, you have the nice physique. It fits you well. It's not like one of those. Sometimes people come into the office wearing these linen shirts, but it's super baggy, right? They got so many wrinkles. You don't want to wear a shirt like that. Wear a nice linen shirt that hugs your physique, right? You can open up a few buttons for the sex appeal, depending on where you are, and that's gonna get you set. And last but certainly not least is you want to get a few nice button ups. Button ups like this. This is a linen one, I believe, but this is like a regular button up. It's like a navy silk material that I got this nice red one. When I wear these button ups, guys, and I go out, especially nighttime, going out to a nice dinner, you're going out on a date, that button up will do so much magic for you. Your date will love it. right? She's gonna want to rip it right off of you. People are gonna come up to you, calling you jacked, calling you stylish, calling you handsome, just because you're well put together. Make sure you get all of these pieces. Here's what you get for the bottoms. Number one is gonna be slim fit chinos. Okay, something like this right here. He got like these cream chinos on. These are perfect to match with the polo, with the dress shirts, or even with the minimalistic t-shirt. Like you see Andrew Tate do it all the time. I do personally do it all the time because it gives you like the minimalistic t-shirt, the plain black tee. It's very simple. Some people may call it basic, but how you spice it up, how you make it look a little more well put together and a little more professional is you pair the t-shirt with a nice pair of chinos and some nice shoes. And that's gonna show people when you're walking by, it's gonna show people that you're not just this regular guy wearing a t-shirt that like he probably slept in from the night before. You're probably someone who's actually of higher status because when you look at most of these rich guys, right, these rich entrepreneurs, most of them are just wearing t-shirts, some pants, right? But they fit nice. So get you a nice pair of slim fit chinos. It's not too dressy like the dress pants, but it will go a long way. Next one is the old standard jeans. You want to make sure you get a nice fit of jeans. Nice fit like this. Don't go too skinny and don't go with the wide, like super baggy jeans that are in trend right nowadays. These two fits are perfect. They're not too baggy, they're not too skinny, just perfect. They look masculine. Jeans are never gonna go out of style. Pair it with a whole bunch of clothes. Get you a nice quality pair of jeans. And I'm also gonna go into all of the brands, all of the different brands that you can shop at to get each of these pieces. So make sure you stick around for the end of the video so you know exactly where to shop to get all of these things that I'm mentioning on a budget. And then next up is the dress pants. That's when you want to go a little more dressed up, right? Maybe you're on a date, maybe you're on a fancy dinner, you have your button shirt up. You want to make sure you have some nice dress pants, tailored, right? You could buy some like regular dress pants for like about $60 to $100 and then get it tailored to you for a couple of extra bucks. And those pants will look like a $500 pair of pants. So it's not necessarily about what you wear, it's about how it fits you that actually makes it look expensive, makes it look stylish. Then last, for those summer hot days or maybe in the gym even, you want to get some above the knee shorts, right? Do not be getting these shorts that go past the knees. You look like John Cena. This is 2025. Like, I know I said don't go with trends, but above the knee shorts, especially if you're someone who works out, show off those quads a little bit, right? Now, if you're doing a polo, you're doing a nice summer dress shirt, you want to get some nice shorts like this, right? These are like some chino shorts that are a little more dressy. These are like some not sure what the material is on this. It might be cotton, but it looks a little more dressy, right? It doesn't look like you're going to the gym, but you could pair it with a nice polo, with a nice dress shirt. But if you're going to the gym, you want to get some, just some regular Gymshark, Young LA shorts. Just make sure they're about, I say go with 5-inch inseam. That's like the perfect. Anything shorter than that, and it's a little too much. Some guys can pull it off, but most guys, you want to stick with that 5-inch inseam range. 5-inch inseam is too short for you. Go with a 7. All right, next up, jackets. Once you got your top, once you got your pants, you want to accessorize it just a little bit for those colder days. You want to spice it up, you need a nice jacket. The two best jackets that you could get are going to be leather jackets and blazers, right? Leather jackets are fire, masculine, right? And they give you like this rugged look, classy. They fit you nice. Like notice like this guy leather jacket hugs his physique. You can tell like he's not wearing a tank top, but you can tell that this guy is in great shape. Same with this guy, right? Actually builds up your frame, right? So get you a nice leather jacket. I would say get one in brown and in black. If you can't do both, I would just say go with the black just because it's going to be more versatile. And then you're also going to want to get a nice blazer. Blazer for a suit, and you could also get a sports blazer. Andrew Tate is known for this. He wears like these sports blazers that are super tailored to his physique, and he wears them with a t-shirt and some pants. And that look is actually very nice. It doesn't look try hard, like you're not running around in a suit. But then obviously if you are wearing a suit, you gotta get a nice blazer. Make sure that it hugs you well. You don't have to spend a lot of money for the suit. I say just pay attention to how it's tailored instead. So this is James Bond right here. You're not gonna see James Bond in like a baggy suit, wrinkly shirt, and that's exactly how you should be striving to dress too. Now, you're gonna need some shoes to go with all these clothes. So first up, you wanna get some dress sneakers. These are gonna come in clutch for when you're wearing that polo, you're wearing maybe even a dress shirt, but you don't wanna be too professional, right? You don't wanna be too dressed up. You just wanna maybe go to the coffee shop, maybe go do some work, maybe go on like a little date. But you don't want to, you're not going to like a high class restaurant where you need to wear some loafers. Get some dress sneakers, right? You're not going to be able to wear Jordans with the polo. It's not going to look right. So when I say dress sneakers, I mean something like this. Some white leather sneakers. There's a whole bunch of, every single brand makes these types of sneakers, but I would recommend for a budget, although Steve Madden and Banana Republic, you're gonna be able to get a nice pair of leather sneakers for the low. Get you a black pair, get you a white pair. That's all you need. Next, you're also gonna need loafers. It's for when you wear a suit. Maybe you're going to a wedding, a birthday party, a high-end restaurant, right? You want to dress it up, business meeting. You need to get some loafers. Get you a pair of black loafers. That's the absolute staple. And then once you got the black, I would say get some brown loafers as well. Good places to get these on a budget is going to be Aldo. Aldo is great because it has so many different styles of shoes for the low. And Macy's is good because it always has sales on like different designer pairs as well. So Aldo and Macy's for the loafers. Once you got your dress sneakers, you got your loafers, you want to get you a nice pair of casual and dress boots. You are a masculine man, right? There's nothing more masculine than a nice pair of boots. They just keep you grounded. I feel like every time I put on a nice pair of boots, my testosterone automatically goes up by like 300%. You feel ready to fight. You just feel ready to conquer the world in a nice pair of boots. And I would say check out this brand called Thursdays. They have boots for pretty decent prices and Aldo as well. And if they're dress boots, you can even wear them with a suit and it's gonna make you look more stylish than everyone else who's just wearing regular loafers. Obviously, you're not always gonna be wearing a polo. You're not always just gonna want to be dressed up. If you're going with sneakers, I'm personally a big fan of Jordans, right? And some of the most versatile Jordans, in my opinion, would be the Jordan 1 and the Jordan 11. The Jordan 11 right here was actually made as sort of like a dress sneaker, right? Because of the pattern leather. Some people even wear these with suits. I wouldn't go that far and say wear them with a suit, but if you got some sweats on, maybe you're going to the gym especially, you got just a little t-shirt on, you want to wear some sneakers, Jordans are always a good bet. They look nice and they're not too much. Jordan 1s and Jordan 11s are some of my favorites. Now, once you got the tops, the bottoms, the jackets, the shoes, you want to pair it up with some accessories to really make yourself stand out and make yourself look different than everyone else. These are the top accessories that you gotta get. Number one is gonna be a belt. You're gonna need a belt when you're dressing up. You're gonna need a nice belt. Get you a nice black leather belt, right? Doesn't have to be a designer belt, but one thing I would say is that if you're gonna spend a lot of money on designer for anything, make it on accessories, right? If you're gonna buy designer accessories because those accessories will last you for a long time and they're gonna be super versatile. You're gonna be able to wear them with multiple outfits, and it's not like you're spending $2,000 on a Louis V t-shirt that you might only wear a couple of times. If you spend maybe 500 on a Ferragamo belt, you're gonna be able to wear that belt way more than that Louis V t-shirt that you got for 2,000. You don't want to buy designer. You want to keep it on a budget. For the belt, I say check out Banana Republic, Hugo Boss, Armani Exchange, and even Amazon. Don't sleep on Amazon, guys. If you know where to look, Amazon got some quality pieces for the low without breaking the bank. Those are the brands I would say to check out. Maybe even Macy's for the sales that they have. Next up is some sunglasses. Summertime, vacation, or you're just going about. You don't really want everybody to be staring at you. Sunglasses, okay? Best brands for sunglasses, Ray-Bans, Hugo Boss, and this brand called James Oro. These are gonna make you look more mysterious. This is gonna make you look a little more cool, right? So check out these brands for sunglasses. And then every man needs a nice watch. I would say get a silver watch and a gold watch. You always want to make sure your accessories match. So for example, if I'm wearing a belt with a gold buckle like that, I would pair this belt with a gold chain and a gold watch. You don't want to have like a gold belt, a silver watch, a green ring, or something like that, right? You want to match the tones of all your accessories. And the most common is going to be silver and gold. Get a silver watch, get a gold watch. Some of the best brands for watches on a budget are going to be Calvin Klein, yes, Michael Kors, and once again, Amazon. I say Amazon is really good. Like, check out Amazon if you want to get a nice watch for the low. You don't need to have a Rollie on your wrist just yet, right? Don't be breaking the bank for a Rollie if you can't afford it. Nobody's really looking at your watch like that, especially not women, but it will add a lot of flair to your outfit and make you stand out. Like, none of my watches cost more than 250 bucks, and I can wear them with multiple outfits. They add like so much spice to my outfits, and it just makes me look 10 times better. So invest in a nice watch. Next, you want to get yourself a gold chain. You don't need to spend thousands on jewelry if you don't have to. Now, me personally, all my jewelry is real from the jeweler. If I was to get more pieces down the line, which I probably will, then I'm not really gonna go to the jeweler. Not yet, right? I'm not wasting my money on chains, on rings, on diamonds until I really got it like that. Gold chain, like no one's gonna be walking around checking if your chain is real. And you'll be surprised how many guys I know that wear fake chains, wear like stainless steel gold, and they be getting a lot of women checking out their chain. The best brands for chains, for accessories on a budget are gonna be Cernucci and GLD, right? Check them out. They actually have some really nice pieces. So next is every man needs a black leather wallet. Not be walking around with like this Velcro wallet, right? That makes that snapping sound every time you open it. I say either just carry cash and a money clip or get you a simple black leather wallet. Polo, Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, can't go wrong with those. They cost like $50, right? $50 for a nice wallet that looks professional. Then ring. Rings are optional, but they can add that extra bit of flair to your outfit. There's something called a signet ring, where it's like you get your family's crest on it. Those are typically more expensive because you have to get them custom made. But you could get like a nice stone ring, right, to match with your watch, match with your chain. And once again, Cernucci is good for that. GLD and this brand called Crafted London. Now, here's some staples that every guy needs in his closet. No matter what, you need a nice formal coat. Eventually, it's gonna get cold somewhere you go, right? I live in New York. We have winter, right? If you live in a hot climate, there's gonna be a time when you have to go somewhere where it's cold. Get you a nice formal coat because nothing is worse than having like a really nice fit. You got your polo, you got your dress shirt, you got some nice shoes on, and then you have to wear like these puffer jackets, like the Nike, the North Face. And I have a North Face, right? I'm from New York. Of course, I have a North Face. But when you're really dressed up, you want your coat to complement it. The coat is like the cherry on top, but it's a very necessary cherry that you need to have when you're dressed up. You're going on a date, you got this nice coat on. Look at how that looks. You pull up on a date wearing this in the wintertime, bro, I'm telling you, that day is gonna go nice for you. You wanna have a nice formal coat to complement your attire, right? You wanna have a nice black suit, right? Don't worry about all these different color suits until you get a black suit. Doesn't have to be $1,000 suit. No. You could literally have a suit for less than 400 bucks. Okay? For this jacket, for the pants included. Get it tailored, right, for less than $100, and you're gonna be set. It's gonna look like $1,000 suit. You gotta make sure you have at least 5 white and black tees that are fitted, just like this. Those minimalistic t-shirts, I told you guys, they go a long way. You could even wear them with a sports blazer, and it's gonna look great. And then you also want to get some slides, right? You might have to go to a pool party. You might have to go to the sauna. You might have a girl over and you gotta wear some slides. You're not gonna be wearing sneakers in the crib. Get a nice pair of slides, right? They could even be like some, I would say get some leather slides. You could have like I have the Nike, like I have the basic like fuckboy Nike slides, but it looks better, right? It looks more well put together and it'll match like your overall look if you get a nice pair of leather slides. As far as the suit goes, make sure you get it tailored. Make sure you have a nice fitted suit. You do not want to be wearing a suit that looks like this. A lot of guys, finance industry, real estate, they wear a suit that costs like $5,000 and yet it looks like they got it for less than 100 because of the fit itself. Like this is not it anymore, right? You want a nice suit. A suit can really enhance your physique if it's tailored properly. So don't get something baggy like this with the baggy pants. This is not it. This this right here is what your suit should look like. Look at him. James Bond. Nice glasses, nice fitted dress shirt. You could tell he's in shape. You could tell, right? He's not wearing a tank top. You could tell he's in shape. Nice simple belt, black leather belt. Nice watch on his wrist, black shoes, right? Very simple, looks like a G. Let's get into exactly where you can shop at to get all of these items that I just talked about on a budget, right? So number one of my favorites is Zara. You can get just about anything in Zara, polos, pants, even suits, shorts, anything. Zara is good for it. And Zara is going to run you about, most of their pieces are around $50, but it really depends on what you get. So I got the price tags right here. Next one is H&M. You could also get just about anything from H&M. Just got to see what you can find, right? H&M is more on the cheaper side. There's also Express, where you could get just about anything. Express is very similar to Zara. You could get some nice polo shirts from Express, so check them out for that. Banana Republic, a little more on the pricier side, but it's like the right in between. You're not gonna be, you're paying for the quality at Banana Republic. I would say you're gonna get some nice pants, right? Some nice chinos, some nice dress pants. I would get it from Banana Republic for sure. Okay. Amazon, believe it or not, this t-shirt, Amazon. You could get just about anything on Amazon if you know where to look. Now, some brands are obviously going to be cheap, some brands are just not going to be it, but you have to kind of experiment, maybe return some items if you don't like them. But you could have like some gold finds on Amazon if you really look through it. This polo that I'm wearing right now, I always get compliments on this polo, and I literally bought it from Amazon for like $25, $30, right? So not breaking the bank. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not Hugo Boss $200 polo, but it looks good. And especially because I'm in shape, it looks even better, right? Next up is Macy's. Macy's has all the designer brands, but they always have sales. They always have some sort of deal going on. So you could find some nice pieces in Macy's as well. A brand I really like that I've got used to is Father and Sons. If you're in shape, and I'm talking like you're jacked and you love when the clothes really complement your physique, Father Sons is perfect. It gives you like, they have a whole bunch of dress shirts, whole bunch of polos that are athletic fit. They hug your physique. They look fantastic. It's a little more on the pricier side. You're gonna be spending about $80 to $100 per shirt, but I would say it's definitely worth it to check out if you have a little more money to spend. Father and Sons is a good deal. Now, Gymshark and Young LA, if you want to get those above the knee shorts, you go into the gym or you're just casually walking around summertime, you don't want to wear like the dressed up shorts. Gymshark, Young LA probably have the best shorts. Now, for the shoes, Steve Madden is going to be a great option. They got those leather sneakers, the dress sneakers. They got some boots in there as well, and I believe they got loafers too. You really just got to look like Steve Madden. Steve Madden has a lot of nice styles that a lot of these designer brands have, but they got them for the low. So check out Steve Madden. Aldo, same thing. Aldo is always keeping up with like the trends of shoes. You can find a nice pair of loafers. All my loafers are from Aldo. And then for the accessories, Cernucci and GLD, right? Obviously, you're going to be paying a little more for accessories, but compared to thousands of dollars for a chain, for a watch, for a bracelet, you're gonna be spending about $100, even less than $100 sometimes, on the chains, on the watches at Cernucci and GLD. So if you want to shop like the man on a budget, these are the brands you gotta check out. So this is exactly how you dress like the man without breaking the bank. Don't need to be wearing designer. But once again, make sure that you are in shape, because if you're not in shape, this guide really doesn't even matter. Like, you need to focus on getting in shape first. And that's exactly what I help the guys inside of my coaching program do. I help them get in the best shape of their life. I help them optimize their wardrobe, optimize their mindset and their habits, and a whole bunch of other things. If you're interested in that, just shoot me a DM on Instagram or hit that link in the bio to book a call with me and learn more. But this guide will show you how to dress like the man without breaking the bank. And I'm going to leave this entire board, this entire presentation in the comments so you can go back to it. So you can look at the pictures, look at the brands, and you can create your own nice style with these tips. Now, once you buy some of these clothing pieces and once you get your fits going on, send me some of your best fits and send it to my Instagram. I want to check out how you guys actually put these tips into action and implement it into your wardrobe. I'm really excited to see that. So make sure to shoot me a DM on Instagram with that. That's all for today, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe if you found this video helpful. I'll see you boys in the next one. Stay dominating.